Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Model Making Live. Tuesday morning here. I actually started up a little bit earlier than the actual live. So, as you can see, try and get this camera a bit better. As you can see, we've got all of the bits and pieces that were made up over the last few lives. So we've got crates, cable drums, barrels, kegs, sacks, all that sort of thing. Here's the Cromwell from the other day. And what I want to do is instead of using the Humbrol wash today, what I've actually done is I have put a bit of Humbrol matte black. You can see it there. Oh, number 33. And just a little bit. And then I've mixed it up with acrylic thinners. So it's quite a watery finish. And then literally all I am doing is washing it over the crates and things. Just placing them on there, and it's just bringing up all of the definition. All of the grain and everything like that. And you can see on these ones. Ooh, focus. There we go. Just bringing up all of that. And as you can see here, Era 1 flatbed. I've got quite a few of them. All of these bits are not just for those Era 1 wagons. I just pulled that one out because I wanted to see what a crate looked like on them. Looks quite good. There are certain items that are for the war line or military line, and then there's those that are for the Era 1. So it's quite a good set. I think it's definitely worth the money. Was it just over £7 or something I paid for this Nightwing kit? And it's going to cover up a couple of the different projects. The sacks are an interesting one because there's no real definition on them, but you can see down there the way in which this watered down paint just lies on it gives some impression of creases and things within the sack. So when they're piled up and things, you know, it just gives it a different look. And for me, it's all about just adding that little bit of detail. And then I can actually place them onto things. And it'll look completely different. And my camera is bouncing around today. For all I know, these cables could have been used for Pluto. So how's everybody else's Tuesday morning. I do believe our new live stream mixer is going to turn up today, which will be great because that means that tomorrow we can see if it makes a difference with any of what we're doing, especially background music and things like that, because obviously at the moment it's quite, sometimes you can hear it, sometimes you can't. In here it's quite loud, but obviously using the condenser mic to reduce a lot of noise as well from outside. So I've been working on the tram projects yesterday evening. That's probably why you might just be able to make out a Blackpool tram there at the top of the screen. We've been working tirelessly on trying to get the tram project up and running, and we've had a few setbacks with suppliers with certain components who sent them completely the wrong items. I'm hoping we can get that fired up quite soon. And these smaller crate and chests, these really are nice, these ones. There's a lot of grain detail, panel lines and things like that. So this wash is working wonderfully with the grooves in the moulding. So as usual, we are expecting deliveries, and I might have to run off if someone comes to the delivery door. Has anybody had a look at the big brick build we did at the weekend and on Monday afternoon? That American Lego type style mock brick up of the American 4884 big boy. I mean, that is it's a beast. It's absolutely huge, and it is actually still at the end of my desk because, quite frankly, I quite like the look at it. It's still there. I like being able to see it. Wonderful model, that. But I need to get that. I need to get it put onto a shelf soon. But I'm thinking about screwing the track for it down onto a piece of wood, just to try and help support it when it's being moved. Because a fear of mine would be that falling over and breaking. Was it the logo took 4.5 hours to build, and the tender took almost an hour. and that's for a brick build. So quite a size. Today I am just focusing on weathering these up. Let's have a look at the Cromwell. See if we can bring the definition onto the panels here. Just to help bring out the rivet detail, so to speak. Same way I did with the umbrella washers. Obviously this being a water-based this time, by using the acrylic paint and some acrylic thinners just to thin it down. Let's try it on the top then now. So obviously normally, just because I've got them, I'll use the actual umbrella washers. But in this case, I just want to try it out with an acrylic paint. Watered down quite a lot just to see if that's any better. Well, at least any better for this set of models. Just helps bring out those panel lines. Remember, I did cover this in Humbrol Clear gloss, so that actually does help the paint move into the grooves. I really did like this building this Cromwell as well, so there is a good possibility I'll buy some more of these, because even its finish is really nice. Came out very well. Definitely bringing up the definition anyway. And tanks had a huge amount of exhaust. Now, bear in mind, this is more than likely going to end up on a wall well. You've got to remember when it was being transported as well, it would have had sort-off steam engines, all sorts, collecting on it. As it travelled along. It's definitely bringing out the definition of it, though. That is for certain. Let's catch up these wheel sets here on the tracks. And then put some onto the tracks themselves. Help give it some definition. Oh, that definitely looks different. Definitely. Oh well. Let's put that on there. Can we get a hold of it? Just to help me do the back end here. Definitely makes all the difference. Honestly say that. Absolutely stunning. It just helps bring out all that definition when it's not bouncing across the desk. Just a bit. There we go. Put that over there to one side. That definitely looks better now. Enjoying that. Let's move on to some beer barrels. If we can move on to some beer barrels. There we go. Gin. Could be a gin barrel instead of a beer barrel. Just don't know. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, it's Tuesday. Oh, I think we're going to get quite a bit done this week. And don't forget, this Sunday we have got Big Brick Build again, and this time it is a big Union Pacific diesel locomotive. So make sure on Sunday join us for that one. Hopefully it will take less time than the big boy did, because that thing is huge and it took forever. But worth it. Absolutely brilliant model. I'm flicking barrels now. Hey! If you'd asked me a year ago, would you be doing live streams on YouTube on a morning of all the stuff that you do normally off camera, I'd probably have laughed at you. But now it just seems such a logical step. Why have it so that you're just seeing a heavily edited video? Why not just come and join me, see it? You could be doing the same yourself. It just seems like such a logical step. Don't understand why I didn't think about it earlier. Like I said, we got the brick builds on Sundays. During the week we have the model making live. And there was something else I was thinking about, and I just can't remember what it is now. It was yesterday. I did suddenly think to myself, actually, we could be doing this as well. But I totally forgot what that was now. I should have wrote it down. It'll come back to me. Might even have some lives with the trains running when we get the N-gauge one finished, I reckon. I see that the Tugs exhibition is on April, and could be tempted to go and see the Tugs exhibition. I did like Tugs, same as Thomas and things like that, when I was a young'un. So being able to see all of those original props bring back some memories. Obviously, I've got to juggle all of these model shows and railway events with all the car shows from the Car Channel, especially with all the bits and pieces going on to celebrate Cavalier's 50 years, and us actually having the oldest known surviving one in the UK, which has nothing to do with that fraudulent thing that's been kicking around for quite a long time. Here's a question for everyone watching. Do you think that Hornby or anyone else may produce another Era 1 locomotive now that we have Tiger, Lion, Rocket and Locomotion? Or do you think that they are pretty much now going to call it a day at that? Because I was surprised there was no announcement this year about a new Era 1 loco from Hornby. If there was, I missed it, but it's got to have been reasonably successful. I mean, I know that Locomotion, they've sold an awful lot of those. And I think there is scope for more in the way of Era 1. And obviously this year, with the railways celebrating, I am quite amazed that there was no announcement of another loco. I mean, you've got Timothy Hackworth stuff. There's an awful lot of scope. And after making Locomotion, I think they've proved that you can definitely do it. I'm not saying it's not difficult, but it's not impossible now. And they've kind of proven that. Because I never thought they would be able to produce something like Locomotion and have it run. And we've got ours. So we've got Locomotion, we've got Rocket, we've got Lion, and we've got Tiger. think we've got 6 of the flatbed wagons. So it's going to be nice to have some stuff to place on them now. Yay! I thought I'd try something there just to see what would happen. I think I just found out. Let's see how that works out. Looks like it may have picked up a bit more than... You've got to try these things. Never know unless you try. Wow. That definitely collected quite a bit of watered down paint, that one. And yet again today, getting hit with loads of emails and things. Right, I'm just looking across as I'm doing this, and I can see that Cromwell tank that I put some of this wash on, and I've got to say it's drying nice. It's looking great. It's definitely pulled the definition out on all them panels. This keg or barrel is different because this is actually a Daypole one. So I'm interested to see how this one compares to the other when it's all dry. Doo-doo. Such a long job, but so worth it in the end. Get these finished off. I've got a camp set, tents and things. I wouldn't mind painting them. Now that was pre-owned, came second-hand from the model shop. But I believe the vast majority of the components are actually there. I've had it for years now, but it needs doing. More emails. We've got some more trams on the way as well. Got quite a collection building up now for our seafront set. Is this the last gin or beer barrel? Certainly looks like it might be. Unless another one just suddenly appears from nowhere. Which wouldn't surprise me. Whoa! I've only got some barrels, rolls. Do the milk churns next time. Oh, trash in the place. Got quite a few trams I'm going to have to cut up, but I don't think I can do them on the live because I'll be using sort of a Dremel, and it's going to make a lot of sparks, and it's going to make an awful lot of noise. That sounded like a van door. Could have a delivery on the way again. Well, I know we're expecting one anyway, but One of the biggest problems I've found over the last few years while I've been doing these models and things is the space. We kind of rectified that problem now. It's having the space, and you can have as many ideas as you want, but if you haven't got a location to do these things, well, kind of throws a spanners in the works, doesn't it? I am gonna have to check something on the old CCTV. Bear with me a moment. Oh, we're all right. There we go. I keep hearing van doors and things, so I keep thinking there's a delivery arrived. There we go. The cable reels are getting a bit smaller now. Let's just try. I'm not getting impatient, but I just want to try something. Oh, yeah. The brush washes up quite a lot, or sucks up quite a lot of the excess, which is great. It's a good kit. Definitely a good kit. Soak up the excess. Brilliant. Smaller ones now. Oh, somebody found the car horn. Somebody found the car horn. More noisy emails. See, when that mixer turns up, we're going to have less of those problems. Some people might turn around and say, well, why don't you just turn off the noise for the notifications? But the thing is, if I do that, I forget when it comes to me not being on a live stream, and then I wonder why I'm not noticing emails when they arrive. And I can't have that. I need to know when things are taking place. Let's have a look at these milk churns. With them being silver, putting a black wash on them really does help define any detail. So it just lies straight on top. Definitely think I'm going to have to get some more milk churns though. I don't think 4 is enough. Try and soak some of the excess up. Oh! I have purchased and received yesterday a new office chair, which quite frankly we needed. We were all ending up in excruciating pain doing any work in this office of the old chair. Back pain, butt pain, neck pain, shoulder pain, the whole lot. So we are grateful to have been able to afford to replace with the chair. Let's see what one of these drums looks like with the wash on. Definitely shows up some more of the detail, that's for certain. I'll try and bring this over so we can see a bit better. There we go. Oh, what happened there? Don't know what happened there. If you lost the screen, everyone, sorry about that, but I don't know if you did. Just looked a bit strange at this end. I'll use the smaller brush for these. Bring a few of them down. Just don't want them rolling off. And it's looking like the ones I started off with are dry now. Remember, it being a wash, won't take long for them to dry up. We're almost done with the barrels already. And as for the sacks, well, although I am going to give them a wash, like I've done with a couple of the earlier ones, just to see what it would look like. And then I'm going to arrange them and glue them together, with some of them together, into piles so that they can actually be placed onto rolling stock and things like that without the risk of things flying off. All of that effort will be worthwhile for the end product. When I was a kid, I used to look at model railways, professional ones, things like that, and I would just gasp in amazement, not understanding how these little details were performed, how they were actually done, how I could make them like that. And I remember getting very frustrated. And now it seems so easy, logical and simple to do those small tasks like this. You see, YouTube and things like that just weren't a thing. Your only option was to spend all of your pocket money on buying a magazine that was most likely in black and white. The Railway Modeler was like that when I was a kid, and you really had to read the articles to find out how they did things. And when I was a kid, reading really wasn't that I wasn't any good at it, it's just I didn't want to do it. Now, I read, no problem, but it tends to be, I don't know, I don't read for pleasure, I read for knowledge. If I want to know how something is done, I will investigate and read non-stop to find out how it's done. Let's bring the sad sacks round. If you don't know what sad sack is, Raggy Dolls in the 80s, children's television program. It was brilliant. Sad sack. Hey. Might seem like a lot of bits and components here, but I bet they shan't disappear on the rolling stock. So if you're just joining, what I'm actually using is a matte black from Humbrol, an acrylic that is, thinned down a lot, so it's just almost like water. And then I am just running it over all of these items, letting it settle on top and drying. And it's just to add definition and dirt to the items and texture, I suppose. Chucking a paintbrush around now. I don't know what's going on with me today. Anyway. And if I'm honest, I don't need to do the rest of those now. I am curious about this though. I'll probably regret it straight away, but okay. There's quite a few panel lines on this wagon. Now these cost, well, they cost me next to nothing. They were on sale ages ago, and I took the opportunity to pick up a number of boxes because I thought there's a difference between want and need, and I thought I don't need them, but when I come to want them for a job or project, they're either going to cost me a fortune or I won't be able to get a hold of them. So I figured, while they were so cheap, I would pick them up, which I did, and they've been sat on the shelves for quite a long time now. Okay. I just thought I would see what the deal was there with those panel lines. I'm a little curious with the rivets as well on the side. Just because they are there. It's one of them things you start and then you went, oh no, I can't stop now. Tiny bit of wash. Just to see. It is actually picking out quite a bit of the detail there now. So I might just copy that over onto the other side. Hey! Put the wagon there. So look, see how this has come on? Well, I can definitely see the detail there now. All of the panel lines after putting that wash on. That looks a lot better. Just needs a bit of a satin or a matte varnish at the end just to finish it off. But it definitely pulls out all of those panel lines. That looks great now. That Cromwell. Alright, I'm just going to see if this makes any difference now because it's had one coat. I don't want to put too much on, but they just seem a little too light to me, these crates here, these ones. I just want to really dull them down. I'm going to leave that one, see what happens. Still got a bad cold. Well, not cold, but haven't quite recovered. Okie dokie. Just out of curiosity. Could easily have a couple of crates and things like that. And that's a nice Era 1 wagon. And I've got a few more packs of these, so you've also got the it actually doesn't look too bad. Let's get another one out. See what one looks like with the gin barrels or beer barrels. Find the centre. There we go. Find the centre. One of those situations where you think to yourself, this is going to work. Or rather, this might work. That's what you call Jenga. Obviously, these would have to be glued down and then make it look like there's either a net on them or some rope. I just want to bring that across. And then I think I've moved everything along. Easily. So I've got some gin and beer barrels on that Era 1 wagon. Like I say, I've got loads of these wagons, so I won't have cable drums on, we know that. They're for the military line, same as the metal barrels, they are for the military line. However, we have got some milk churns there. Then we can mix one up a bit. Let's have a look. And then we could go for sacks as well. Obviously I want to glue a lot of these sacks together, not on the wagon though. Bit more for the, so they become a solid structure. This is never going to be perfect here, but I can certainly give the effect. So that's just 3 of the wagons, easily done, like that, and they're the Era 1. So I've got there's, like I said, there's more of those wagons over on the shelf. I might go and get it now. I have to move locomotion and things. Let's have a look. There we go, another box. Open this one up. I think that they definitely look the part. Oh, that's interesting. The packaging's ever so slightly different on this one. Might be why they were out cheaper. Boom, boom, boom. I definitely think I'm going to put wash lines along like I've done with that one. But in the meantime, let's continue putting another wagon together. They are very interesting, these wagons, how they're sort of coming together. I don't know. It is interesting. I'm not entirely sure which one I fancy more. Whether I fancy that one more. So we'll bring everything along a bit. That is so cool. That set is going to work absolutely brilliant. I think we'll have one that's just sacks as well. Let's get another wagon out. And here we have another one. Like I say, the metal barrels and things there for the military line. That is just how that one is. It's how they're going to be used. It's a big crate. I mean, milk churns, I don't think I'm going to be able to get them to stand up without me actually gluing them things. But I will give it a can. Actually, it might be easier. I'll bring them over here. Let's have a look. Put the beer on one side. Beer or gin. Give me a moment. Nope. For a moment, therefore, I was just checking all of the security. What we had. A visitor. Now, I don't really want to glue them to the actual wagon. So what I might end up doing is building false bases. That in turn go on top of the wagon. How do these wagons look now? I think they're looking all right. Yeah, some sort of false base for them to stick to. All I've got left really is for Era 1 anyway. I've got there's more wagons here. I might do a half sack and half crates. And then I think I might keep the rest for the military railway. Because it definitely seems to be, definitely seems to have worked. Let's get another wagon out. There's another one. I do like the Era 1. Yeah, I would say half sack, half sack, half containers. Yeah, make the other half sacks. I'm going to have to wait for those ones to dry. Can you actually get 2 sacks wide? Yeah, you can. So you can manage to get 2 sacks wide. The question is, yeah. Oh, I'll be able to stack them. That is for £7 for the Nightwing kit and the paint and the washers and things like that. That they are looking cool. They really are looking cool. But I'm definitely going to do the wash on the base. I want to get it into the nooks and crannies. I think I'm going to have to make some sort of template for those all to sit on, so they become sort of like one unit. That would make more sense. Yes, let's have a look. See if we can move these barrels out of the way. Just trying to keep things in fitting era-wise as well. That's where the difficulty kicks in. We just need them ones there to dry off a bit because they're still very wet. But for the time being, I might just lie that on there. Oh, yes. Yes, I like that. Definitely like that. What are you thinking, people? What are you thinking? We have quite a few crates left over as well for use on the military line. Let's have a look to see if we can line some of these up. Definitely want more milk churns. No, that's nice. That is nice. Yep, I can live with that. So, waiting for them to dry. Let's have a look. A bit of coffee. Excuse me. Right. What do I have behind me? We have got the camping set. We could have a bang at that. Actually, let's have a look and see if we can do something with this. This is... Someone tried telling me this was a kit. It's not a kit. This is an old Triang first class coach that someone has since modified and cut these two saloon sides and off. Made their own partitions. They've even put seating in using some very thin wood, and then veneered up the seats in the centre that they have made, and then given it a repaint. It's quite an interesting coach. I've had it now, got to be 5 years at least. 5, maybe 6 years now. Picked it up second hand, Dome Trends Stanley. Now the wheel set can rather lovely, perfectly be replaced. They are the old plastic Triang wheels, with the same as what they've got on the flatbed wagons there. And the beauty about this is it means that it's a one-off. It's a very distinctive coach. I can put seated people in here and so on. But what it is missing is a roof. I don't know what's gone on there. I don't know how that's happened, and I don't know how, well, I need to fabricate something. Now, I don't know whether to make a full-length roof and then put a couple of supports here so that they're sort of open, or whether to just build a roof for that centre area. I think I'm probably just going to go for the centre area. So I'm just having a look around me now, see if I can locate where my plastic card is, or where a spare piece of plastic card is. So I've got lots of different bits and pieces I can use. What I'm really after, I've actually got a sheet of black plastic card. I think I might have just worked out where I put it. How I placed it in there. Ah, no. It will be. It's going to be in a tub where I actually don't know where I put that tub. Where have I put it? This is what happens when you have a clear out. you start tidying up. Okay, right. I'm going to have to find that tomorrow. So what I think I'll do in the meantime, I think what I'll do is let's start on putting the Lomax back together. They look incredible. They absolutely look incredible. And I think yeah, they do. They look incredible. Need to get that finished. Somebody else's project. Luckily, I can actually take off the couplings, and then I can put some Hunt Elites or Hunt Magnetics on. If you're wondering what some of you're gonna get a quick preview of something I've been working on. And then it's gone. There you are. That is your preview. You don't get to see any more of that until we start building lots and lots of trams. So we're going to bring the tub across. So we've got the Lomax here from the other day. Obviously these are for the military line. So I do get the axle boxes out. I can start gluing them back in. There we go. And then I can weather them up after they've been glued back in. Really, really, really liking how those wagon loads have turned out. Not fitting the couplings back in, and I am not fitting the wheel sets back in, as I have got replacements on order, metal wheels and different couplings. I have just realised I forgot some of these are black and some of these are brown. So I might have to take the opportunity to basically give them a paint. Forgot about that. This is what happens when I have so many projects on the go at the same time. Right, let's move them out of the way. If you just joined us, what do you think of the wagon loads we've made up? Those are the loads we've been putting together and building over the last couple of days. I think we started on them on Friday with the Nightwing kit. Just finished putting the wash on some of them, and now we just placed them onto the Era 1 flatbeds. I've got to say, personally, I think they're looking great. They definitely look the part, but you can see the difference here with these Lomax. Some are brown, some are black. I'm gonna have to paint them. I can't stand having them all looking like that. So we've got some black. Is that the matte? It is the matte. Good. And I've got small paint, so definitely going to have to paint some of them up. Can't be having so much of a difference there. We need to make that roof as well for that Era 1 coach, which I think is going to look great. It's something different. Not seen one before like that. Like I say, it's somebody's project that they've started but haven't finished, and I've picked it up. I must have had it now. Good 5 to 6 years. Get these painted up black, and at least I know they're all going to be uniform. Obviously, I chose to not go with the original couplings and things because we're going to making an entire train here. Put the extra effort in, so I've decided to go for magnetic couplings, and I've purchased some HO as opposed to 00 wheels, metal wheels, to replace what was originally on these Lomax. And in that way we got a nice new fresh start for these wagons. I'll pick up the brown ones to begin with here and get these painted up. And then move on to fitting the loads, which will be the Airfix kits that I spent the last few weeks putting together on the lives. Not the tanks, it'll be the military vehicles, but not tanks. And it could be the Bofors, cannons and stuff like that. Because what we want is to make it look like it is a sort of troop supply train with ammunitions and stuff like that, or munitions train, I think they used to call it, didn't they? Sort of around World War II. That's the look we're going to go for, even if it's on a military railway. That's the sort of look that we're going to go for. Once this paint has dried and I glue it on, then I'll be going for weathering on the wagons. That'll include some powders this time to sort of dust up the chassis. That's the one thing I like about these little projects, is when you get to see the final outcome, and those wagons there, they really make what's happened the last few days worthwhile when you see them like that. Obviously, as I pointed out, I did put a wash on that one. I haven't done it the others, but I feel that the finish has definitely worked, so I think I'll go for doing that with that one as the rest of them as well, so we can make it look period and uniform. Sometimes the light is terrible. I can't see where I've done it, but there we go. Yes, we'll be going for a nice Era 1 train there, and a good military munitions train there, or supply train anyway. Good thing about this Humbrol acrylic is it dries quick. I keep forgetting, but also have some O-gauge wagons that are going to need repainting as well. Decals redetailing, which I purchased also some time ago, some years ago now. But they've come into a new position or job purpose, however you want to put it, in the fact that now I have my Daypole O-gauge austerity Longmoor. I need to make them a little bit more in-fitting with that locomotive. So maybe tomorrow we'll move on to those as well. Trying to get lots of these little jobs that have been put off for so long all finished. Don't forget, on Sunday as well, we've got the brick build, big brick build again. This time it's a Union Pacific diesel locomotive with a bit of rolling stock as well. It's got an auxiliary fuel tender or something with it. That's on Sunday, so usually kick that off about 1 o'clock. So that when people have maybe had their lunch, they can chill out and watch the brick build. Last week was the Union Pacific 4884 Big Boy, so brick build being similar to Lego, but not Lego. And we've had some cracking builds so far, so if you haven't seen them, check them out in the playlists or previous live episodes on the homepage. If you're not already a subscriber, make sure to subscribe to this and the main channel. So this is the extras channel. This is where we do all the live stuff, and where the majority of the live things, the stuff that isn't heavily edited, like the main videos. This is sort of like, well, doing the work, chatting rubbish, all that kind of thing. It's always nice to get some thumbs up as well. Well, not thumbs up, shown of appreciation. If you like these lives, they're a bit different. They're not to everyone's taste. They're more raw. I might as well share what I'm doing when I'm doing it. That's another one done there. On to the next one. So not all of these are brown, some of them are black. So I don't think I'm going to have to do all of them, but I do want to get them sort of uniformed. And obviously I'm going to be weathering everything up as I normally do. Only on this occasion we'll be using some powders as well. And other jobs for these Lomax, well, we've got the transfers. We need to fit the transfers as well before we do weathering powders. I know that. They're in the drawer. They're just waiting to be done. We can get them finished off this week as well, I think. Get them all finished off. With the War Department decals. War Department and MOD, well, not MOD, Ministry of War and War Department, Ministry of Supply, all that sort of thing. We're going for that era. And obviously as the wheel sets arrive, and what else was it, the couplings, the magnetic couplings arrive, we shall fit those as well. So these Lomax have been an ongoing project now, really. Although the bulk of the works all took place now, but for, let's say, 2 to 3 years at least, I've been collecting the Lomax. They've just been getting placed on a shelf, put to one side, and just building them up in bulk, really, more than anything else, knowing that the time will come once I've got enough so that I could actually build the train itself. It's always been the case that there was no point in me doing one at a time. It was do the whole lot in a batch, get at least one train made, and then we can move on to potentially making more. But in the meantime, we've just been sat there, and now over the last few weeks we've moved to that stage where we're actually building, repainting, effectively remodeling. That's sort of what's happened with this Era 1 stuff. Admittedly, I picked up the those wagon loads of kit there. What was it? Nightwing, that was it. Nightwing set last week at the model shop, Devon Trent Stanley. That's where I was at, picking up my Daypol Austerity. And while I was there, saw that Nightwing kit, and I thought, you know what? They'll work. They'll work for both the military line and the Era 1. So, as you've seen, we've managed to build up some lovely wagon loads there. Well, this one is a black plastic, but it's one of the ones that someone had glue all over and things, so I'm just going to give it a flash over with the black paint there. See if we can just tidy it up. I might do the same with the rest that are left. Just give them a flash up, bit of uniform look about them. It might help dull down some of that plastic as well. Get rid of the shine. Even though, like I said, weathering powders and things, they're going to get rid of a lot of the shine. That one there. Only a few left, and then we'll start gluing these on. Might as well tidy these ones up, like I say. Seems a shame to miss an opportunity to sort them out. I'll have to do a major paint job on these ones because they are already black. Small case of tidying them up. Thick and fast with the emails today. Thick and fast. I like it when we've got a project like this and you get to do everything in bulk and it becomes very much like a production line. Oh no, this one had glue on it. You can see it did. I've got the opportunity to clean that up now instead of having a half-cocked job. I think this next one's the last one of the axle boxes. So use up the last of that paint, but I haven't wasted any. Wonderful. I am going to have to put a bit of thinners in there, clean this brush up. Those loads are definitely starting to grow on me now, on those wagons. Obviously I want to put more sacks on that last wagon there, but need to wait for them to dry. Try that brush off. Hey. And then get the poly cement out. Let's have a look at one of the little early ones. Yeah, pretty much dried up already. Poly cement. Wait, say it, poly cement. I use the liquid poly by Humbrol. Love it. Very effective. Does its job. So I am going to number the bases so I know where I'm at and what I'm doing. If you didn't catch that in the screen, you can see there, #1, number 1. #1. So now I just have to battle to get these things back in again. While I'm thinking about it, it might be worth me running the hand drill through them. Where did I put them? There we go. That's the one I want. So this will make it a little bit easier. So basically I'm just going to, you can see here, I'm just running that through. Just means that I know I shouldn't have to force them to actually fit on. They all came off, but I couldn't tell you which ones they came off, so it'd be easier if I can just get it so they just slot straight in, like so. And then just a little bit on the top for good measure. Flip it round. Drill the holes again by hand. I might have to zoom out a little bit here. I think we're being a little restricted. Oh, camera went a bit wonky donkey there. That sounds like it could be my gate. I need to check, because we are expecting deliveries. Nope, nothing today. Nothing yet anyway. Let's get this one fitted on. That's in. A bit of glue on the top for good measure. And as you can see there, it's starting to look more military now. Number this up, number 2. There we go. And there's number 2. And that was a damaged Lomac that we picked up, so by the time it's got the load on it, it's going to look like a totally different item. Number 3. Let's get the glue going. Gotta love those Era 1 wagon loads. I think they've come out really well. And there's number 3. This is what it all comes down to, is it's like a conveyor belt for me. Everything has to be just so. And if I can work my way through them, having everything ready, that's why I don't tend to start a project if I can help it without having all of the components there. It's just unfortunate I'm having to wait for the wheel sets and the couplings for this one, but that's an easy thing to be rectified, and they take no time to fit. Absolutely no time at all. 4. This one here, this is one of the ones that had some lead shot on it, I'm pretty sure. So these are a mixture of Airfix and Hornby. There we go. So this one's probably going to need a substantial amount of glue in it. Yeah. I feel like I'm drowning this one. There we go, it's number 5. I'm not going to tip that one over. I want to let that settle. 5 is number 6. I think we'll be alright with these ones. And they've locked in beautifully, those ones. This is a project that's slowly come together over time. It's getting there now. It's another one that's had shot on it. You see my Continental 7 there. Used to be someone I used to work with years ago, used to comment on the fact that I used a Continental 7, and sometimes my 4 would be a Continental 4 as opposed to a normal 4. And I'm hearing van doors again. There we go. 2 seconds, people. I think the new mixer's just arrived. Yes, that's right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But that was the new mixer being delivered, which means tomorrow should be an interesting live. We'll get that fired up later on today and run some tests. I'm absolutely drenching some of these with this poly cement because I really had to be quite brutal with some of them, I think is the only way of putting it, when I was dismantling them. It's another one that's had a lead shot. Alright, next up. I've moved all my stuff. I've knocked over one of my kegs. Can't have that. There we are. Get me train back together. Do love me era one. Me Geordie style. Let's get that glued in, is that in? On to number 9. I put a line under that 6. There we go. 2 more. I've got so much of this. Hopefully that will glue down well. I think onto the last set of axle boxes here. And this will make number 10. Plenty of this stuff on. The eye is a kite off this, mind. Here we go. Come on. That one's in. And there's number 2. Number 10. Oh, done up there. So the plan being that when these are dried up, so pick up number 1, the idea is I can place some of the military vehicles on, like so, in preparation on the military train. So that's why I've been building up all of the different military vehicles on the Airfix kits over the last few weeks. And all the prep work that's gone into the Lomax. So they'll join with the ones that we already have done up. I did a couple of years ago now. But for the time being, they need to glue, put the new metal wheel sets in, the new magnetic couplings will be fitted, and then we can fix on the actual vehicles. I think the washers worked very good on the Cromwell. And it's definitely emphasised all of the panel lines. That'll go on to one of the many war wells. So I think tomorrow we'll get this finally finished off. Somebody started and never finished, and we'll finish it. We'll get that one done. I'm going to let these dry, the actual washers, because it's still not quite dry. You can see on the sacks. And I think tomorrow we'll build some like a skeleton frame underneath thin plastic card and make it so that the actual loads are stuck together but not on the actual wagon. That way the wagons can still go back into their protected boxes, but then the loads will fit on as in one piece. And yeah, we can get them done. There's loads of stuff we've got to do yet. But thank you for joining me. We've been on the air now for 2 hours, 23 minutes. Another model making live. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe to this and the main channel. Don't forget, have a look on the channel page and you'll see all the other channels, including the retro rides. And don't forget, on Sundays, we have the big brick build. Thank you for joining me, and I shall see you again next time.